Hi, in today's video I'm going to talk about Mandrake's history and its uses in our magical practice. Please keep in mind that all of these plants and herbs that you are going to find in this playlist are poisonous and should be used in our practice with care. The gender of this plant is masculine, the planet is Mercury, the element is fire and earth. This plant is famous for its forking, humanoid roots and otherworldly scream, and long respected as a powerful poison and tranquilizer. Mandragora is named for the mischievous, dark-skinned creatures of the same name, meaning man-dragons, that were thought to possess the mandrake. In some countries, mandrake was confused to other plants that are similar and became mixed up in many of the tales associated with the true specimen. All species of actual mandrake contain tropane alkaloids that can cause hallucinogenic effects as well as damaging the nervous system and causing dizziness, vomiting, and a rapid heart rate. The roots on top of these effects have narcotic properties, and it is for this that the mandrake was used as an early anesthetic device known as the well. So people would use this root to get their patient unconscious. It was also used for the business of war. There is one tale where Hannibal used this root to poison the wine of an African rebellion near Carthage. He knew that they would invade their encampment if they pretended to retreat, so Hannibal drugged his own army's supply wine and pretended to leave in a hurry. The rebels thought that they won, so to celebrate they started to drink the wine, letting Hannibal's army to capture them while they were asleep. Throughout the history, mandrake was also used as a sleeping aid. People would mix egg white with powdered bark of the root and apply it on the forehead to improve sleep. There are also many tales of mandrake. In numerous books we find that it is a plant of the devil, growing beneath the gallows and crossroads where murderers, suicides and witches were hanged and buried. Some claim that the roots go all the way down to Hades' underworld, and if you're not careful you might fall down there after pulling up the plant. The famous tales come from the shape of this root. Mandrake root has a human-like form. Across Europe and the Middle East, people would make talismans from parts of the root or the entire root, wrapping it in a sheet of cotton and carried to bring good luck. The spirit of the root would be bounded to the owner until their death. As a result, the talisman could never be given away. If someone wanted to give it away, he can only sell it and with less than it was purchased, but not given away as a gift. Others believe that the root was surely a little person in and of itself, usually referred to as Mandragora. German use the word Alruna, which means both witch and mandrake. They believe that the witches could make a creature from the root called Ailrain. This spirit could reveal secrets, remove enemies, and double any coin given to it. But if you overlook this spirit, it will say that it could die. There is a French belief that mandrake grows at the foot of oak wreath in mistletoe. The man who discovered the root has to give offerings like meat or bread, and if he failed to do so, it would kill him. But if he did, the offerings would be returned to him twofold the next day. Another myth is that if you unearth this root, it would scream, and the scream could end the life of the one that unearths the root. It is a tale that has been repeated many times throughout the history. The truth is that the plant indeed emits a squeak when it's pulled out, but there is no evidence of anyone dying because of it. Most likely, the tale was invented by those who needed the plant, and it takes years for the plant to mature and be ready to be used for medicinal purposes. So these horror stories would help to protect these plants from thieves and such. Another myth with possible basis in truth is that this plant shines at night, and it has been referred to as the devil's candle in both Arabic and English manuscripts. Mandrake leaves are attractive to glowworms, which could explain why people would see this plant glowing in the darkness. Magical uses of mandrake. A whole mandrake root placed on the mantle in the home will give the house protection, fertility, and prosperity. Mandrake is also hung on the headboard for protection during sleep, carried to attract love, and worn to prevent contraction of illnesses. The root is also used in exorcism and banishing workings. It is said that if you want to wake up the mandrake's energies, you can leave it in some prominent location in the house undisturbed for 3 days. Then you can place it in warm water and leave it overnight. After the root is activated, it can be used in any magical practice. The water used for the root can be used to sprinkle at the windows and doors for protection and purification, and on people for purification. The scent of mandrake is said to cause sleep. If you place silver coins beside the mandrake, it is said to double. Mandrake can also be used as a puppet, but because it's very expensive, people tend to use other alternatives like candles and such that might have the same effect. This root can also be used for binding, strengthening, and power. The fresh root can be carved and used in healing and love magic, representing a person. A binding can be performed by wrapping the root with a small piece of parchment on which the name of the person who is causing harm is written, and then burying them together. As the parchment dissolves, so does the power of the individual to do harm. Again, please never ingest this plant because it's poisonous. This plant can also be used for dream work, visions, astral projection, to seal the commitment of two people. It has lots of uses, but I don't want to make this video too long just because I don't know if anyone is interested in knowing more about this plant. Let me know if you ever used mandrake in your practice and how it went. Keep in mind that as far as I know, it is not easy to find it, and if you do find true mandrake, it can be really expensive. If you want to support this channel, you can always check my Etsy shop where I'm selling witchcraft supplies. Like this video so that more people can see it, subscribe for more witchcraft content, and see you in my next one.